Harborview triumphant over 10-man Montego Bay United in Sunday's Matchweek 11 doubleheader opener at the Ashenine Stadium in St. Andrew, Jamaica. Stunning team goal and man-of-the-match performance from goalkeeper Kemar Foster sealed victory for Waterhouse against Cavalier. Dean Andre Thomas' 85th minute clincher was enough to secure all 3 points for Dunby Holden. And recently promoted and bottom of the table Falkland FC held the 5-time champions Arnett Gardens to a goalless draw. Welcome to JPL in 30, the highlight show for the Jamaica Premier League. Harborview are back to winning ways, having drawn thrice and losing twice in their last 5 games. They took on 9th place Montego Bay United in very steamy conditions at the Ashenine Stadium. It was a stalemate for the most part. Luckily for Harborview, an Agenate Talbot strike ricocheted off Montego Bay United's Kevin Graham, and it turned out to be the only goal of the contest. Kevin Graham would receive a second yellow for a high-booted tackle and was sent off for his troubles. Here are the highlights. George Davies and Lee J. Williams were in the commentary box.
It's hot here at the Ashenine Stadium on the grounds of Jamaica College on Old Hope Road in St. Andrew. That's where we're playing this Jamaica Premier League game, Match Week 11, Harborview against Montego Bay United. All right, here we go with the starting 11s. So Harborview have Anthony Bennett in goal, 18-year-old goalkeeper Ryan Wellington, O'Shane Staple, Orderland Harding, Jashon Anglin, Kemar Mullings up front, Romain Brackenridge, Nicholas Hamilton, Kasim Priestley, Timar Lewis, and Agina Talbot for head coach Lodo Bernard Colorado Murray, relegated to the bench after he has been drawing only blanks for Mobe. We see Kevin Graham in the shot there, veteran defender who follows Coach Donovan Lucky wherever he goes. Devoni Burton in goal, the captain, Kevin Graham, Nevon Turner, Brian Mankumbani from England via the Democratic Republic of Congo, Devereaux McKenzie, Tevin Shaw, Ronaldo Wellington, Courtney Allen, Johan Weatherly, Alan Otti, and Shaban McDonald. And this is how they say they'll line up, Lish. So the sun was raging hot when O'Shane Nation sent them on their way in this Match Week 11 fixture at the JPL. Nicholas Hamilton's shot saved by goalkeeper Devoni Burton. Another Hamilton shot, this one off the right boot, blocked by Kevin Graham, heroic from the centre half, putting his body on the line to help his team. And then Alan Otti, well, Graham, it was into space for Weatherly. Weatherly couldn't find the target. McDonald into the path of Allen. Look at that first touch, but then the ball bobbles, and his attempted pass to Alan Otti cleared the crossbar, looked ugly. And then this moment, flick by Brackenridge to Talbot, is shot off target, but it ricochets off Kevin Graham. He was at the center of everything good and bad for Mobe United today. His deflection beating his goalkeeper. And that's how Harborview went in front. So many of the game's big moments involving Kevin Graham. Weatherly off the left foot. Batted away by Bennett. Priestley, Hamilton, thought he chose the wrong option when deciding to go to the line. Easy for the goalkeeper in the end. Then look at Orderland Harding, over the head of Devereaux McKenzie, leaves him for dead. Trying to cut back the ball for Timar Lewis, and the block provided expertly. Or else that would have been 2-0 and a good night. Then this chance. Look at Talbot. Struggling to get the ball away. The header finds Alan Otti, who must score. Can't score. A head-in-hand moment for the Mobe United marksman. Missed their best chance, the best chance of the game. Then Kevin Graham had to tackle. Did he have to tackle that way? Not sure. But he was booked already for the elbow and guard Stewart. And 2 yellows in football equal 1 red.
Man of the match performance. You didn't get a goal, you didn't get an assist, but your defensive work really paid off. Talk us through the game.
I mean, Rick, we prepare really hard this week. and defensive work, you know. Clean sheet, win game, and that's what we did, exactly.
Clean sheets do win games. You didn't win it the last game, but you won it this one because of perseverance. And even in your attacking play, it was really hard work down that left-hand side. Do you think that there was a change in your role today?
That's what the coach want me to do, you know, so I just came out here and do what he said, exactly.
Coach, talk us through that performance. It wasn't the best, but were there positives for you to garner from that performance?
Well, it was a good performance. Sometimes you lose game and you play well. Sometimes you don't lose and you play poor. But today there's a lot of positive that we can take from the game. I was very impressed with tactically how we approached the game. Early in the game, in the first 10-15 minutes, we had 3 chances. Indecisions in the box caused us not to get on the score sheet. We did our homework. I thought we took away some things that they wanted. We understood their strength and we worked on that. We played in transition for most part of the game. I thought we should have gone ahead comfortably. It didn't happen. Unfortunately, we gave up a soft goal, but there's a lot of positive to take from the game. Coach,
Talk us through that game. Do you think that you had a good game plan? Do you think it was executed well? And how happy are you with the win?
Yeah, I'm particularly pleased about our reserves, you know. Substitute coming on and probably helping to kind of hold the ship afloat because we were losing the midfield and losing our attack. I figured that it had to do with the breeze here today. You know, it was very strong against us, so it was difficult, but it enabled us to play on the counter. And I thought we got some real good look-ins on our counters.
So do you think that in an attacking sense you could have scored even more goals than just the one today?
Yeah, we started the game on the front foot and we had a couple opportunities at the beginning, you know, but as it stands right now, Harborview is reverting to being a very conservative team, and we want to be very difficult to beat right now, you know, because we have to probably manage some of the damage that has already been created and eventually claw our way back up the charts.
Cavalier and Waterhouse closed Sunday's doubleheader. Cavalier from the onset had a plethora of chances to take the lead, but the men up front were anything but clinical, including this season's leading goal scorer, Colin Anderson. Recently called up Reggae Boys goalkeeper Kemar Foster was a stone wall between the sticks. Waterhouse would manage to execute a sublime team goal with Shaquille Bradford slotting home a 68th minute winner. Here are the highlights. George Davies and Lee J. Williams were in the commentary box.
Welcome back to the Ashenheim Stadium, home of Jamaica College, one of the premier secondary school learning, well, one of the premier secondary learning institutions in Jamaica, one of the premier secondary schools. It's the location for the Jamaica Premier League game between Cavalier and Waterhouse. And there they are, the boys in black and white. Cavalier, 1981 was their greatest year until 2021 was their greatest year. Vina Bartlett, Brian Elshot, Richard King, Giovanni Leng, Kyle Ming, Dwayne Atkinson, Colin Anderson, Ronaldo Webster, Shaniel Thomas, Christopher Ainsworth, Dwayne Allen, the men trusted to start by Rudolph Speed, the technical director.
Yeah, and expect, as I mentioned, some really quick transitional football.
For Waterhouse, Kemar Foster in goal, Ramon Howell, Devroy Gray, the man from Old Harbour Bay, Loloxley Reed, Denardo Thomas, Kenroy Howell, Keithy Simpson, Orlando Brown, formerly of Cavalier, Shaquille Bradford, Malik Cockings, and a man who's been impressive in the midfield for Waterhouse, Devon Dunkley, Marcel Gale, is the man who gives the orders from the sidelines. So to our highlights now, referee Narisa Golsa sending us on the way. And Orlando Brown with the game's first effort, the ex-Cavalier man, sending it high. Colin Anderson plays Dwayne Atkinson in, racing into the box, but then he doesn't quite know what he wants to do with it, whether to shoot, whether to cross, and in the end, he did neither. Simpson closed it down. Colin Anderson manufactures a shot that Foster keeps away. Then Foster goes to close the space on Ronaldo Webster, who tries to trick him, but Foster is wise to the trick. Fire extinguished. Then this, Shaniel Thomas, Colin Anderson. Deflection on the shot, Keith Simpson stepping in to take the sting out of it. Easy for the goalkeeper in the end. Then Anderson racing through. Dwayne Atkins was giving him some support, but he went by himself, Colin Anderson, missing the target. Then this header, well off target. Cavalier had a lot of offensive thrust in this game. Fine save by Foster to palm that away from the cheeky chip from Ronaldo Webster. And this, the finest save of them all. Dwayne Atkinson gets the power behind this, gets the drift away from the goalkeeper. And Foster, the top hand, strong. Colin Anderson finding it in his heart to congratulate him. Then Bradford gets away from the defenders. And Gio Leng stepping in to deflect it behind for a corner. Atkins running through, and look at Colin Anderson in space, begging for the ball to be played in his path, or into his path. Atkinson didn't do so. Shot from distance from Howell, the skipper. Couldn't keep it down. Look at this. Dwayne Allen stabbing the ball forward. And then look at Leonardo Thomas racing forward, and a series of intelligent decisions made here by Waterhousemen. That pass, then this pass, then Dunkley's pass to Gray, then his pass to Reed, then Reed's pass to Bradford, and Bradford finish. Yep, that's what I mean. Intelligence all around from Waterhouse. And that's how they breached the Cavalier rear guard. Excellent team goal. And you're welcome, sir. Larissa Golson, seen enough in about.
It's not often that a goalkeeper gets man of the match, but your performance definitely deserved it. Tell us about some of those saves. How did you make some of them?
It starts from the training ground. It starts from you have to work hard. So those saves start from the training ground, as what I said, work hard in the training ground, and then it comes easy in the game.
You cut a very confident figure when you're in the goal. It's almost like you're very sure of your abilities. You know that no one is going to score on you today. Is that something, that confidence, is that what carries you, or is it just your skill generally?
Confidence and hard work. So what I did, I tried to go out there and I enjoy my game. So once I enjoy it, it comes naturally, and I think we did well.
Coach, your team created a host of chances, so many throughout the game, but I'm sure you're disappointed that they didn't take any of them.
Oh, definitely. But the keeper was really good too, because we took some good ones and he saved them. But at the same time, we lack a lot of quality in the 18-yard box, and we should have done better.
Yeah, definitely should have. This is the first time in a while that Colin Anderson didn't score, for example. He had a lot of chances. What do you tell him to keep him going, and maybe next game he'll take those chances?
Well, I mean, there's nothing much to change. I just think he needs to probably learn to beat players one-on-one. That's probably the last part of the puzzle we need to work on. But basically, I wouldn't ask anything else of him, except a few times I thought if he just, tried to pressure the centre half one-on-one, it could have been better.
Talk us through that performance. It was a battling one. Your keeper made some excellent saves, but you took your chance in the end.
Yeah, in our account, it was a very, very good performance from Kemar. We expected that, but I mean, he has to also execute, so I'm happy for him. We were very organized today in terms of, and we stayed to it. We were very disciplined as well.
You were very disciplined, and it was that discipline that paid off in the end, because once you got your chance, you took it. It was a very good team goal. Is that something that you work on in training?
Exactly. And so happy about that. When you work on that in training and you see that it is executed in the game, it gives you good joy. But I mean, in terms of, we wanted to step up to the challenge today. We knew that Cavaliers were leading the table and we were far back in the table, but we wanted to give them a challenge, and with confidence, we grew in confidence in the second half, and it paid off.
This is highlights from Match Week 11. We take our first break. JPL in 30. We will be right back. Welcome back to JPL in 30 with the highlights from Match Week 11. Very United and Dunby Holding opened up Monday night's doubleheader at the Anthony Spalding Sports Complex. Both teams created goal-scoring opportunities, but only Dean Andre Thomas managed to take his. Chavoy Watkin named man of the match for his excellent shift, having several defensive key moments that kept Very United at bay. Here are the highlights. Donald Oliver and Chris Taylor were in the commentary box.
We're going to take a look at the starting lineups in short order. And let's go through Veer United first. And in goal for them, Roger Williams, the back four of Kean Henry. Usually see him in the middle of the park, but now he's going to be playing the left side of the defence. Kenroy Lumsden, Fitzroy Cummings and Alwyn Strawn complete the back four in the middle of the park. Dwayne Dyer, Javier Brown and Lloyd Mann up front. Kajay Smith, Sean Campbell and Orlando Lawrence. Lawrence remains the only goal scorer in the starting lineup for Veer. Let's take a look at the done beholden starting lineup. Damian Hyatt will be between the six. Siobhan James, Zakia Wills, Chavoy Watkin and Ricardo Thomas. They make up the back four. Tyrese Go, Fabian McCarthy, Shakeen Powell and Nicoy Christian in the middle of the park. Up top, Stephen Williams and Stephen Barnett. As we take a look at the highlights in this one, not many to look forward to in the first half especially. Some lovely work there from Sean Campbell, but the kick straight to the keeper. And then that one from Mann over the top. Lovely block from Watkin, our player of the game, denying Orlando Lawrence. That was just first class from Watkin. Done beholden had quite a few chances, but they lacked some imagination in the attacking third. Even in the second half, that was some really good work. Decided to go back out wide. Not sure why he tried to do that. That was the young man Gow. And then the ball played inside looking for McGregor. Gow again was instrumental. Put behind. Burton another sub. Going wide, and this one going across the face of goal. Anguish there on his face, knowing that he was oh so close. And then McCarthy from distance. Williams would have been disappointed with that attempt. And although the ball had crossed the line, the whistle had gone for that follow through from Siobhan James. And maybe that as well from James again. Brown doing well. Pulling that one across, and not sure what Lumsden was thinking, you know. Playing it right into the path of Dean Andre Thomas, who loves scoring against Veer United. Right on the doorstep, made no mistake. And then Peter McGregor flashing this one just wide of the mark. Looked really good in that attempt. And then another opportunity, Dean Andre Thomas had to force Roger Williams to make the save, moving across to his left.
Well, Chavoy, you're certainly racking up these man of the match performances. How does it feel to keep a clean sheet for your team and get that 3 points?
Well, it's good to keep a clean sheet because we are working, and we know this team is a defensive team, so we know what they're coming with. They were wasting time a lot, so only thing we have to just get a goal in the back of the net, and that's how we did.
You had an awesome season last year with Portmore. Now coming into this double holding team, how has your time been?
Well, double holding is a good team. The players are fun. They welcome me a lot. They told me that I was the better Portmore, so that's why they come for me. So I'm just here to do my best.
Linval Dixon, who was a big defender in his time, now joins me. Linval, uncharacteristically, a couple defensive errors, one costing you a goal and the 3 points.
Yes, and over the season really, we've been defending well. We've not given up a lot of goal. But today, we make a mistake and we give up one tonight. Where that cost us the game. All in all, we are trying. Because we have some very inexperienced players, young players, trying to get their foot wet in the Premier League. So it's going to take a little time for them to grow into the league, but we just have to keep working hard with them, and hopefully, they can come good.
Jermaine Thomas, well, Jermaine, I must be saying, 3 wins in a row It's a big deal for Dumbleton. It wasn't a pretty win, but you got over the line.
I mean, good teams win ugly games. I mean, you don't want to play a pretty game and then lose. But let me say hats off to the guys. I thought we were a little bit, we rushed the first half and we rushed the final passes. We weren't getting enough combination plays in the first half. I think second half we were a bit settled. We did a lot more combination plays and it paid off.
I thought you were a bit slow as well. I know Vere United thrive when teams attack them in a slow manner. I thought especially in the first half, Dumble holding, we're just taking too much time on the ball.
I mean, Vere sat behind the ball and it was a low block for them right through, so it was kind of difficult to penetrate. But I thought if we had done some more movements up front, it would have created additional space.
Another exciting game involving Arnett Gardens to bring the curtains down on Monday night's doubleheader. Falkland FC, who are at the foot of the table, turned up under the lights to give Arnett Gardens a tough encounter. It was end-to-end action, but in the end, neither team were able to break the deadlock. After 90 minutes, they share a point each. Here are the highlights. Donald Oliver and Chris Taylor were in the commentary box.
Welcome to the Tony Sporting Sports Complex in the community of Arnett Gardens, where they'll come out in their numbers to support their team once again as they do battle with Falkland FC. Let's take a look at the starting lineup of this Arnett Gardens team. Eric Edwards in goal, Rashawn Amos, Joel Cunningham, Earl Simpson and Shanoy Evans. The back four. In the middle of the park, Romeo Guthrie, Jamar Purcell, Ajuma Johnson in front of them. Over on the left, Rashiki Kelson, Fabian Reed, of course, the centre forward with 5 goals to his name. He's wearing the captain's armband in recent times. And over on the right, Kimani Arboyne.
They'll be playing with a 4-3-3 on Gardens. A few changes, Gerald Neal out, Deacon out, Martin out, all on the bench.
Many of us seeing this Falkland team for the first time. David Swaby is in goal. They have a back four of Michael McLeod, the captain, Val Armstrong, the number 19, Kyle Anderson and Tishawn Hill. In the middle of the park, Ricardo James, Deshaun Woolery and Romario Clark up top. Rainmar Barnes, Nicole Barrett and Enrique Gordon.
They'll also be playing with a 4-3-3. David Swaby coming over from Mount Pleasant, between the sticks for them, been around a while. Enrique Gordon, look out for him, their right wing.
As we take a look at the full-time highlights here, Arnett Gardens with the majority of the possession in this one. Evans with a wonderful ball inside, and he was looking for Simpson. Earl Simpson heading that one over. And Falkland had their opportunities. Barrett unable to keep that one down, and then Arboyne inside the area pulled it across. And a wonderful ball inside, and the shot went over the top. There would have been even a worse miss, as we see an effort there from Johnson. It was always going to go wide. The save was made in the end. And Arnett, Kelson inside. Not the most convincing save that was, but it was away from Fabian Allen. And that was indeed necessary. Anderson was in the way for Falkland as well. And then this effort was charged down. Was blocked just in front of the goalkeeper. And then Reed, and then the snapshot. Still there inside the area, Kilson getting a go at it, but the flag went up for offside in the end. And the Gardens were having fun at times in that penalty area. But they couldn't really penetrate the defense, although they did on this occasion. But how did Fabian Reed miss that one? Reed, goodness me, he'd wanted to over. That was supposed to have been a tap in. And that was Falkland now in the second half with a shot from Gordon. Wonderful takedown from Clark it was, and Enrique Gordon should have kept that one down. That was a big opportunity for Falkland. And then Anderson threw on goal here at the end and just found Eric Edwards. Couldn't believe it. This one was headed down and cleared off the line. Cunningham. Yep. Rose highest to head that one down. And Swaby doing enough on the line. 0-0, the final score.
Enrique, you weren't able to add to your 3 goals today, but how does it feel playing against Arnett Gardens in the jungle?
Well, it's a first-time experience and it's very wonderful, very wonderful. I'm thankful for the point. To leave from that far to come here to get a point in the jungle, it's not easy, but I'm very thankful.
And you have been carrying the goal-scoring responsibility for Falkland. How much pressure is that on you?
Well, it's a lot of pressure. I'm just doing my best to help the team. Going forward, I hope that I continue to the rest of the season. I hope I make it to the top of the chart anyhow.
Eric Rademacher will now join me, assistant coach of Arnett Gardens. Eric, a disappointing end to the match for you, considering you had so many glorious opportunities and falling to the right people too.
Yeah, definitely. You know, when but it's football at the end of the day, so you have to put the ball on the back of the net. If not, you know, it's going to be a difficult story as the game advances.
I'm sure when the league ends, that miss by Fabian Reid might be one of the misses of the season.
Yeah, I think there were a few chances today that we can look back and I say, you know, you can change things in the build-up, you can change a lot of things, but at the end of the day, if you do get clear chances and you don't take them, then that is really that you have to get sharp on. But, you know, as you say, we got some players in positions that have been scoring goals this year that now don't get it. So, you know, it's something I think a slight thing that was off today that cost us points.
Lee Croft, a solid performance by your boys. Considering you have conceded 25 goals in the season, it must be heartwarming to come away with a clean sheet.
Yes, it's a very hard feeling and warm one going back to Montego Bay tonight. You know, knowledge is power. And coming from Trinidad with a vast amount of knowledge and coming into the league, it speaks volume. So as a coach, you always have to keep on learning.
And how do you think your team competed overall against Arnett Gardens here?
Well, Arnett Gardens is a running team and we do our homework. We are getting our boys to believe in themselves and believe in the product that we carry to them. And today it does speak that they really see and see what we are trying to put to them.
Results from the non-televised matches are Tivoli Gardens edged Malines United 2-1. Humberline clipped Portmore United 1-0 and Mount Pleasant were awarded a 3-0 victory over Chapperton Maroons, who failed to show up for that encounter. Also, 6 points were deducted from the Clarendon outfit. Mount Pleasant are back at the top of the table. Cavalier, Humberline, Harbourview, Arnett Gardens and Dunbeholden runs up the top 6 respectively. That's all we have for you this week. This has been JPL in 30 on CVM TV. Tune in next week for Match Week 12 highlights of the Jamaica Premier League, powered by Digicel.